Hello everybody, how are you doing? Today I want to speak with you about how you're closing on a real estate transaction here in Guatemala and particularly in Lake Atitlan. Hello everybody, I'm Armand Boissy, your real estate agent in Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. So let's say you scroll my website, you check out on YouTube, you find this house, you think it's perfect for your retirement or to invest or to wait and see. So now what's happening? In Guatemala, we don't have so much formalities in the area where I'm working. In Guatemala City, it's a little bit more different because we have registered papers, so it's easier to have some formalities than where we are here, which is mostly rights of possession the transaction are based on. So you would be making an offer, and I very often am the seller agent and the buyer agent because it's a small market, and we are not enough, and there's not enough clients to have the same situation we have in the States. Now, it doesn't mean that I am paid 2 times. At the contrary, it only means that some of the party will pay my fee. In Guatemala, it's 5% and up. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. So if you make an offer, in the price I have on my website and YouTube channel, it's include my fee, which is paid by the seller. Okay, so I don't get paid 2 times. But I will do my best to represent your interest and the seller interest because I'm here for the long run, and I want to have good clients and happy clients. Your offer, it's accepted. This is documented in an email. Sometimes, depends the transaction, we can have an exchange of what we call a letter of intent, where we disclose point by point which is something you may be used to, how it's going to happen and what it's included and not, and what the fees or things like that. Okay. So your offer is accepted. You have to choose a lawyer, notary. In Guatemala, lawyer and notary are doing the same. So you will, before doing anything, you will make an agreement with him, how much he will going to charge. So you have to explain him you're going to buy, where, and what it means for him as work. So when you have his quote on his work, then and you are referring to me who will be your lawyer. And if you don't have a lawyer because you are new in the area, I have some I can recommend, and they speak English, so no problem. I will transfer the information, the papers will document the ownership of the sellers, and your lawyer will revise it and draft what we call a contract for buy and sell. Because in Guatemala, it's what it's called un contrato de compraventa. So in this contract, it will be disclosed the price you pay, what's the amenities of the house, where it comes from, and the electrical meter number, the tax number, if there is easement on the property, and whatever we can put in the papers to document the transaction. We don't have property disclosure. We don't have exchange of document between the parties. Okay, so if you are not visiting the property because you're buying online, and you have to trust me or some of your relatives will come and visit the properties, and the properties is sold as it is. Very often the houses are a little bit old, and people ask me how's the sewage system, how's the electrical system. If it's a house more than 20 years, yes, you might want to consider that at one moment you would have to upgrade the septic and some electrical wiring, because the load on the wiring system nowadays has nothing to compare with what it was 20 years ago. And just in terms of TVs and smartphone and computers that are constantly plugged into it, you might have, it would be wise to check out the wires and replace it. Now, some houses, I have clients who have been requested an inspection, and basically it's a civil engineer who come, and it's paid by the buyers, who will do a report on the property and give an assessment, and if the buyer wants to proceed or not, that's up to him. We don't have property inspection. That's why if people request it, we have this engineer coming and check out the property. We don't have appraisal neither. It's not exactly true. Some houses, because the owners have been using it for collateral as a bank, sometimes I have appraisal from the bank. So it's but very few times. Contingency removal, neither. But we can put it in the contract if something you want to draft in the contract and the both party agrees, it's no problem. And property verification, neither. So that's how we do it. It's pretty simple in terms of the process. There's too many papers going back and forth. It's if you see the house, it is what it is, and we make sure to disclose as much as possible. I have a strong connection with my sellers, and I know the house. I've been here for a long time. Most of the house I sell, I know them because I've been visiting, and I know if there's any issues, and I will make sure to raise it for the buyers. And the closing, well, you don't have to be in Guatemala to sign because there's a form of law who allow us to sell without you coming. Some people say, oh, I can do electronic signature. Well, we have electronic signature in Guatemala, but we cannot use it for a real estate transaction. Real estate transactions are typically a legal form. Compraventa, it's a format of a contract, and it has to be done under this form, this legal form. So you can have an you can say, oh, I signed in the States or Canada, and it's good. No, it's here. It's a form of saying yes and buying, but ultimately you will be the owner until you sign or somebody sign here in Guatemala. So you don't have to be present. It's a gestor de negocio. I represent sometimes the buyers, or the lawyers have somebody of his office representing the buyer. So you don't have to be there. And in terms of the money, it's cash on. So you would have to either wire the money once you have paid the deposit to lock down the offer, and meanwhile the lawyer revises the papers. You will have to wire the money, if you're not in Guatemala, to the seller account. If you are in Guatemala, we will have most probably open an account for you in your name, so you can wire your money to your own account and issue a cashier check from here to the seller. And that's it. Then after that, we update the electrical bill, we update the property tax. If you want an insurance are not too expensive, but we will help you in all these matters. So I hope it's been informative, because it's been lots of questions have been asked, and see you next video. Thank you, and don't forget to like it, click on the bell and share it, and if you have a comment, please do so.